Hello.
Hi, Henry. Hi, Jeff.
Hi. Hello.
Hi. How's your day?
Good. So, at least I can see the sun today in Singapore has been raining for the last 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
Right. All right. And I'll take this opportunity to welcome the attendees that actually join us, taking off your precious time to join us for this Saturday afternoon for our webinar. So to make sure that you're not in the wrong place. All right. Today we are actually have the great opportunity to talk about Sydney. And with us today, we have my distant colleague, Jeff, who is based in Malaysia. And we are also honored to have Wykin, who's actually from Frasers.
Hi, everyone.
Right, he will be our star speaker for today. All right, so guys, hope you can give us a couple more minutes to let more attendees to join us for this webinar. So meanwhile, as usual, I think I would like to grab this opportunity to maybe play our Jalin corporate video. It's really to welcome maybe some of our new friends that may not know us, and understand that through our marketing effort, we actually have our previous Sydney purchases with us today as well. Right, so let me get to the video. So hope you guys enjoy.
总部位于澳大利亚墨尔本的嘉宁国际是一家专注于房地产服务的专业机构。创立至今的30多年来，嘉宁国际以德为本，以诚立身，辛勤耕耘，积累了丰富的房产物业投资经验，足迹遍布了澳大利亚、中国、新加坡、马来西亚、印尼、文莱和香港等国家和地区。30多年来，嘉宁始终坚持着公司的愿景与理念，以职业道德为价值观，帮助每一位客户成功置业澳洲。
嘉宁国际地产公司能从马来西亚、印度尼西亚、新加坡、澳大利亚和中国持续成长30多年，是全靠嘉宁长期坚持公司的理念和愿景而来。嘉宁是个专业的服务公司，我们的平台是通过房地产这个渠道，制造许多实际与可靠的机会，与大家分享，让大家生活变得更美好。
Our core values are derived from the word ethics, and we break it into excellence in performance, teamwork among our employees, honesty in our business dealings, integrity and innovation in our actions, commitment towards our work, and sincere relationship.
与澳洲数百家开发商均有着长期而稳定的友好合作，其代理的众多地产项目遍布悉尼、墨尔本、布里斯班、黄金海岸、珀斯等首府城市。优越的地段、舒适便捷的生活环境、具有竞争力的价格，每一个项目都经过筛选。成熟的团队和后期服务部门，也为嘉宁的客户提供了舒心的投资体验。客户的认可是对嘉宁最大的鼓励。每一位嘉宁人将始终坚持嘉宁的愿景与理念，不断提高自身专业水平和服务，助您更加安心地置业澳洲。嘉宁国际，圆您澳洲梦。
We are Jalin Melbourne. We are Jalin Shanghai.
We are Jalin Beijing.
We are Jalin Singapore. We are Jalin Jakarta.
We are Jalin Malaysia.
All right. Not sure anyone spotted myself and Jeff in the video. Okay, guys. Let's give a couple more minutes for more people to join us. We have about 29 of the attendees and more coming in. So I understand that Jeff has not been to Sydney, right?
Yeah, I have not been to. I'd love to go to Sydney as well.
I heard about the fresh seafood in the fish market and the oysters. Maybe Joaquin, have you tried their seafood there?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, their seafood, yep, one of the best in the world, and their raw oyster bay, the oyster itself is so succulent and so juicy. So you should have a try when you are there. So yeah, talking about that, quite miss my trip in Sydney. Supposed to go there this year, but due to COVID, everything have to postponed. Yeah.
Okay, I guess I will definitely visit Sydney one day. Because of the current pandemic of the travel restriction, but I think things are really, turning around the corner with the vaccine, in the pipeline, getting the vaccine, the whole world, and hopefully, they can lift up or relax the travel restrictions next year, lah. So we are all ending this year with with this note, and really pray and then have a good year for everyone. And then, okay, maybe I would like to grab this time while still waiting for more people to join us. Maybe allow me to introduce Jalin. All right, so this is our disclaimer for today's webinar. All right, so basically, who are we? I think to some of the new friends that we have with us today, Jalin Realty may be a new name to you, but actually we are not a new company. We are not a fly-by-night company. We've been with presence in the ASEAN countries. We have sales office in Singapore. We have the sales and the headquarters in Malaysia. We also have offices in Indonesia, China. Of course, our latest addition is Hong Kong. And we also have an office in Australia that is in Melbourne. I think my CEO will hopefully open up more branch office around the region as well as Australia itself. So basically, we have been serving our customers. We've been helping our customers to build their property investment portfolio. I have a VIP client that I actually helped him build 7 properties over the years. I've been with Jalin for coming to 10 years already. All right, so it's a fantastic company. I think Jeff is also about as long as now.
7 years now.
7 years. All right. So a little bit more about us, and especially into Jalin Realty Australia. Now, it has been really different from the previous time where we only market and sell properties to our clients. Because end of the day, a lot of investors or even purchasers, they are also not just concerned about the sales process, but also what comes after that. So we really, our CEO really have this, foresight of having a presence in Australia, in Melbourne, and we can even take care of your investment property. We have a settlement, we have a leasing team in Melbourne, and ultimately we also have the resale team that for customers, for owners who wants to sell in the resale market, we can also assist you with that. All right. So if this is just a very short introduction, but if you really want to know more about us, or you have any questions about property investment, especially international property investment, please feel free to email us. We also have a very good long-term connection with lawyers, with tax agents, with migration agents. So please feel free to send your inquiry to us. And with that, maybe the next part of the segment, I'd like to bring back Joaquin. All right, to start off with your presentation.
Thank you, Henry, for the introduction. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joaquin, and I'm the Regional Sales and Marketing Manager for Frasers Property, looking after the Southeast Asia region. Oops, sorry, just let me put my slides on. So today, actually, it's an honor to be here today to be able to share with you 2 different type of, there's 2 sharing sessions that I'll be sharing with you today. First part is actually, a short introduction about Frasers Property. And second part will be, introducing you one of our latest mixed master plan developments in Sydney next great urban neighbourhood called Midtown at Macquarie Park. So without further ado, I would like to play you a short videos about, Frasers Property Australia. So, and I will be back to you shortly. Yep, enjoy the video.
It's a story as old as time, the desire to put down roots, to create a safe place, to live well, to leave a legacy. For tens of thousands of years, this has been the story of human progress, and for the last 95 years, it's been our story too. From humble beginnings in 1924 to a global 21st century leader today, the scale and ambition of Frasers Property Australia's projects may have grown, but our driving philosophy remains the same: to build places that people will be proud to call home.
Frasers Property has been developing residential property in Australia now for over 90 years, and during this time we've established a business that puts the customer at the heart of everything we do. This ethos means that we have a commitment to both quality and design, and that means that we can complete developments which align with not only our company values, but mean that we can meet and exceed purchasers' expectations as well. I personally think you know when you enter a great master plan community or a really good building. It just has that fantastic feeling, and that's something at Frasers Property we strive for. So this means that we're highly selective in the projects we take on, and then meticulously plan and manage the developments from start to finish.
All of those personal relationships through my family, who obviously mean a lot, who were my backbone through this whole process, and always, it was so important that I had that extended family throughout Frasers Property, the whole process.
I think Frasers has done a great job in creating a space where people can come together, and you can see it at the park downstairs. People just talk to each other because the space is set up that way. And the kids start playing together, and then the parents start talking.
Frasers really valued, I think, us and our family, and we had the same values as Frasers. It was more about the family, the community, and keeping it local.
You know, this is 15 years of work for a lot of our guys, and they sit back and the satisfaction is just, it's quite overwhelming, it's moving, because you just see these people who are just in love with where they live, and to me that's what the job's all about.
From Sydney's iconic new downtown, Central Park, with its breathtaking architecture and internationally acclaimed green initiatives, and the entertainment and food-centric neighbourhoods of Ed Square in Sydney's southwest, to the rooftop farm atop the world's most sustainable shopping centre in Melbourne's Burwood Brickworks, or the 9.5 hectares of interconnected open spaces at Life Point Cook, as well as Port Coogie's stunning coastal lifestyle and world-class marina in Western Australia, and the community connectedness of Brookhaven. Every Frasers Property project is designed to enhance the livability, well-being and social connection of the people who live there. We're now in our 10th decade of business. A lot's changed, but one thing that hasn't is the reason we do what we do. We build places for people. Places that bring comfort and make life a little easier. Places that future generations will love and enjoy. Warm, welcoming, healthy places. It's a pretty simple story, really.
Yep, so I hope this video gives you a better pictures on who we are about Frasers Property. So right next, I would just like to jump back to my presentation. So just give me a second. Yep, so just a quick recap about us. So who we are. So Frasers Property Australia itself is actually one of the diversified property developer in Australia, and we are actually part of the the Australia divisions of Frasers Property Limited. So if you to make you more familiar with our brand itself, basically we have some hospitalities all over the world, and we have our footprints in more than 80 cities globally. So one of the hotels that we have in Malaysia is actually Capri by Frasers at Bangsar South. That's actually one of our our hotel chains in Malaysia itself. So there's actually five points that define us pretty much. So the first point is actually longevity. So as you know, we have a rich history dated back to 1924. As of today, we just celebrated our 96th birthday in September itself. So our history is actually dated back in 1924 with the inception of TM Burke, and fast tracking back to 2014, where Australian actually got acquired by Frasers Property and adopted the Frasers global brand in 2018. So right now we are actually Frasers Property Australia. And 5 point, it's as I mentioned, longevity. Second is actually prosperity. So we actually we care about our loyalty customer, and we actually created one of the loyalty program to actually reward our customer itself, which there's a lot of perks that our customer can actually enjoy from, which I'll be sharing with you more in my next couple of slides. Thirdly, is actually reliability. So we are just not a property developer itself. We actually, we understand what our customer wants, and we actually have A to Z services. Just from the point of view purchasing a property from us, we have our service team to walk you through the entire purchase journey. And even though after settlement itself, we will still be there, our prosperity care team will still be there to assist you in anything that you require with regards to your property itself. So basically, everything that you need from the point of purchase of a property from Frasers will take care of you until you settle your properties. And even though you rented out your properties, we also have our Frasers property management in place that can assist you on the rental itself. Fourth, it's actually community. So we actually care about the health and also the well-being of our residents itself. So we don't just build you a property itself, we build you a master plan community where we're actually putting in some of the town center, some facilities in the master plan development itself, and on and off, like during Christmas break or summer break, we actually will have some event just for the residents to come up to mingle around, to get to know each other, so that they will actually have more bonding as a residents in that community itself. And all these events that we are hosting is actually free for residents to come up to join. Yeah. So last but not least, it's actually quality assured. So we are actually one of the most awarded property developers in Australia. So from the point of sustainability design, and also best design awards and etc., you name it, we have it. Yeah. So next one. Just now, as I mentioned earlier, there's actually a prosperity rewards for our prosperity client itself. So as soon as you purchase a property from Frasers Property, whether be it the time you purchase from Australand or Frasers Property, you will be automatically entitled to become our prosperity client. So what sort of there's actually a few points that that benefits that you can actually enjoy, but I will only go through a few points with you. So the first thing is we have actually a portal and mobile app for our client to actually download as soon as they purchase a property from us. The app itself will assist you to, you can actually get direct access to your dedicated prosperity care team to attend to your questions. So if you have any question that you would like to check with us with your purchase, like when is your settlement, or what's the property progress right now, and etc., the prosperity care team will be able to assist you on that. And secondly, is actually on-demand access to your property portfolio. So if you have purchased a few property from us, we'll upload all the documents like the contract of sales and also etc. into this app itself, so you can actually extract your documents on the go itself. And last but not least, redeem all your latest exclusive offer and rewards. So the few perks that I would like to mention is actually the repeated purchase rewards. So what we do is as soon as you purchase a property from us and you are going to purchase another one, which is the second purchase, we will be giving you 2% rebates off the purchase price at settlement, and third property onwards will be 3%. And this is actually one of the loyalty program that we are actually giving back to the customer itself. No question asked. As long as you purchase, we'll pay you the discount price itself. And secondly, it's actually the prosperity share. So if you have any family members that would like to purchase a property from us, and you can actually refer them to purchase from us, and you can share your prosperity discount to them. So what they do is, if let's say they purchase a property, they can actually entitle a 2% discount at settlement, and in return, we will reward you a 2,000 referral fee as a referrer itself. And last but not least is actually the priority notification, where all our VIP clients are actually very happy with this, because before we release any new developments to the public itself, we will 1 or 2 weeks before, we actually release to our prosperity client, which is our VIP client, so that they can actually have the first choice of option to choose the units, to explore the master plan developments, and also to purchase. So they can actually purchase 1 or 2 weeks before we release these developments to the public. And during the VIP release date, to date, we have actually achieved at least 60% sales during the retail launch itself. And that tells you a lot about our loyalty customer that really willing to purchase from us repeatedly. Yeah. So, and this is actually, just like as I mentioned, we create connected communities. These are some of the pictures that actually extracted from our previous event back in 2019, because this year, we can't actually host any event. So this is actually some of the event that we host during the Christmas party, and also, some communities event that we actually held for our customers to mingle around and stuff. So this is what we have been committed. Yeah. So next on would be the second part of sharing session today, which is introducing you one of our master plan developments in Sydney, the next Sydney great urban neighbourhood called Midtown and Macquarie Park. So Midtown itself is actually located at 1 Ivanhoe Place, Macquarie Park. It's actually a JV master plan development to transform this with Australian government to transform these 8.2 hectares estates. So upon the completion of this whole master plan, it will be able to accommodate up to 3,300 new apartments, and including some of the communities housing and affordable housing, and also a residence aged care facilities. So this is what we are giving back to the public itself. So first building of the residential in this master plan is actually called Mac Residence, which is what I will be sharing with you after this seminar itself. So we actually just released the first stage of the residential in this Midtown itself. So this whole master plan is brand new. Yeah, we just released this back in October itself. So Mac Residence itself is it consists of 269 apartments, which I'll be touching more in details in my next couple of slides. So Midtown itself is actually located approximately 15 kilometers away from west of Sydney CBD, and it's actually just 500 meters away from Macquarie University training station, Macquarie Shopping Centre. So basically everything that you need is just within short walking distance. So if you were to ask driving to CBD, how long would it take? So if you are driving through M1, it will probably take you approximately 20 to 30 minutes drive for you to reach Sydney CBD itself. And train ride itself, approximately 30 over minutes, you'll be arriving Sydney Town Hall. Yeah, and the train station is just right 5 minutes walking distance away from Midtown itself. Yeah, so next on, I'd just like to play you another video to introduce the Midtown itself. So I'll be right back after this video. So hope you enjoy the quick teaser video of Midtown itself. So I will just be back to my presentations. Yeah. So this is actually the location map of Midtown itself. So just a quick review. So as I mentioned earlier, this master plan itself is just 15 kilometers away from Sydney CBD, and we are actually located at the Sydney's second largest CBD, also known as Silicon Valley of Sydney itself. The reason why is because we actually just a short reach to major business headquarters like Microsoft, Foxtel, Cisco, 3M, Optus, you name it. So basically, there's a lot of headquarters located just close to this master plan development itself. Like, other than tech company, you also have some pharmaceuticals like Johnson & Johnson, Novartis, and etc. So basically, these are all the pool of tenants that you are expecting once the whole once the first building of Mac residence completed. Yeah. So we actually, as I mentioned earlier, we actually short reach to a train station called Macquarie University train station. But that's not just all. We actually close to three metro line. One of it is actually Macquarie University. Second one is actually Macquarie Park, which is just approximate 1.2 kilometers down the road. And the third one is actually at North Right itself. So there's actually 3 train stations located within 10 minutes drive distance from Midtown itself. Yeah. So we actually proximate to a more major employment hub. So that's another major employment hubs that would be built by Frasers Property called Macquarie Exchange, which will be completing back in 2021 itself. So that's actually a flexible workspace that Frasers Property will be building that. So that's actually just located right next to Macquarie Park train station, just right on top of it. Yeah. So as mentioned, we are walking distance to major universities. Walking distance to Macquarie Center. The shopping center is actually consists of more than 300 stores, includes Audi, Coles, Big W's, event cinemas, and etc. That's also a bowling lane in this shopping mall itself, as well as ice skating rink. Yeah. So if you were to ask whether we are actually close to Chatswood or not, which is one of the Asian suburbs in Sydney, Western corridor, yes, we are actually just 3 train stops away from Chatswood CBD. So basically, less than 10 minutes train ride, you'll be arriving the Asian suburbs where you can have all your dim sum, your Asian groceries, and etc. in this location itself. Yeah. So this is actually a larger, a zoom out location map just to show you where we are located. So as you can see, Midtown is actually the one that highlighted in pink. So number 19, I'm not so sure if you can see from the slides itself. Number 19 is actually the Macquarie University Hospital, just right next to Macquarie University itself. So basically, your future tenant itself is just not those professionals who work around, work in a tech company or maybe the pharmaceutical. You also have those medical staff who work nearby that will be renting in Midtown in future. Yeah. So number 10 is 37. It's where the Macquarie Exchange MQX located. So as I mentioned, that would be just located next to Macquarie Park train station. Yeah. So that would be a new kind of CBD, Australian First Community Business District, that will be completing in 2021. Yeah. So this is the zoom up of the bird's eye view from Google Map itself. As you can see from the left corner, that's where Midtown is located. Yeah. And you can see from the map itself, you can see like Novartis Pharmaceutical and all Optus and etc. All those companies is just within a short distance away. And the second one, the smaller square, is where the MQX is located. So basically, we are located in the, as I mentioned, it's the second Silicon City. The Silicon City in Sydney Western Corridor. Yeah. So if you were to ask how far away from Midtown to CBD by driving distance, so as you can see, I actually extracted this Google Map itself. So via M2, it will take you approximately 20 minutes for you to arrive Sydney CBD. And if you are going through Epping Highway, which is one of the busiest road in the Sydney Western Corridor, it will take you additional 9 minutes for you to arrive in Sydney CBD. Yep. So driving to Chatswood is only 10 minutes, as I mentioned earlier. Yep. So this is actually the Sydney Rail and Ferry map. As you can see, I have actually highlighted where we are located. We are actually located 500 meters away from Macquarie University train station. This is where we are located. And at this point, if you were to travel all the way to Sydney town, Sydney CBD, you will need to actually transit in Chatswood train station, which is three train stops away, and change to the yellow line to Sydney Town Hall. Yeah. So from here, from Macquarie University's Metro Line to Sydney Town Hall, it takes you approximately 32 minutes. Yeah. So in future, in 2024 itself, there's actually a new train line will be completed in St. Louis itself. So from that point onwards, you do not need to transit in Chatswood anymore, because from Macquarie University, there will be a direct line all the way connected you to the southern of Sydney and will cutting through the Sydney CBD itself. And that time, once the new train station is completed, it will cut short your travel distance from 32 minutes right now to probably approximately 20 to 25 minutes. So at least 5 to 10 minutes saving on the travel time. Yeah. So this is actually the extraction from the Sydney transport website. So I'm just assuming that we actually start our travel in 12:28 from Macquarie University train station. For you to arrive in Sydney Town Hall train station, you will be arriving there in 32 minutes. So you'll be arriving there at 1 o'clock itself. Yeah. So this one, 12 o'clock, is actually considered peak period. So as you can see, it only takes you less than 35 minutes for you to arrive in Sydney Town Hall itself. So now, I believe some of you would ask, why should I invest in Macquarie Park? So basically, you are not investing in Macquarie Park itself only, you're actually investing in the future of Macquarie Park itself. So as you can see, there's a lot of infrastructures is actually going on in Macquarie Park itself. Like, just as I mentioned earlier, the train station expansion. So there's a new train line connecting to the southwest line, as I mentioned. So that the first line is actually where we are located right now, Macquarie Universities, and the second line would be in the St. Leonard line itself. So once that is completed, it takes you all the way to Sydney CBD without needing transit in Chatswood. And this infrastructure's investment, the government actually spending about 12.5 billion just for this expansion line. And that's not just all. You also have the Macquarie Exchange, which is a project by Frasers Property that will probably cost approximately 750 million. And Macquarie Centre, the shopping mall itself, is going through some redevelopments, expansion, and they're spending approximately 1 billion on the expansion itself. So in future, you probably will have more than 300 outlets in this shopping mall itself. And the universities, Macquarie University, is also going through some renovation and expansion in their art precinct and also law building itself. So basically, all in all, you are actually looking at around $15 billion of infrastructure investment just in Macquarie Park itself. So ask yourself, if the government has not, a good eyesight in this, in the future of Macquarie Park itself, why would they spend so much, investment in this Macquarie Park? So that is actually for you to consider. So next on, this is actually where the Sydney Metro, the new line that I mentioned earlier, will be connecting through. So as I mentioned, the first line, which is the purple line, is actually completed back in 2019. So Macquarie University is actually one of the station in this first phase of line itself. So stage 2 will be completing in 2024. As I mentioned, once it's completed, it will cut short your travel time to Sydney CBD in under 20 minutes travel time. Yeah. So that's not just all. You are also located in one of the world-class education suburbs itself. You are just located 500 meters away from Macquarie Universities. And Macquarie Universities itself is actually ranked in the top 1% of the world universities worldwide. And you also have TAFE at Rights and Meadowbanks, which is just less than 10 minutes driving distance away. You're also surrounded by a lot of highly regarded locals and primary school. And Midtown itself, you also have a proposed primary school and 2 childcare centers itself. So basically, you have everything within a short reach from Midtown itself. So I would say the walk score itself is probably 99% out of 100. Yeah. So just to share with you more about the Macquarie University ranking itself, right now, they are actually ranking number 12 in the Australia ranking itself. And in the world ranking itself, you are looking around 200s rank. Yeah. So just now I have probably touched through this as well. You are just walking distance to major employment hubs like Optus, Foxtel, 3M, Microsoft, Johnson & Johnson, and etc. So as I mentioned, these are your future targeted tenant if you are an investor, and this will be the people that will be renting your units in future. Yeah. So next, it's actually the shopping and entertainment. So as I mentioned, you're just 500 meters away from Macquarie centers. And actually, they are one of the largest suburban shopping center in New South Wales. So it consists of more than 300 outlets in this shopping mall itself, inclusive of event, cinema, bowling bar, and also an ice skating rink. So basically, everything that you need, it's all within 5 minutes walking distance away. You don't really need to travel all the way out of Macquarie Park to be able to to go to your entertainment precincts or shoppings or eateries. There's a lot of things to do in just short walking distance in Macquarie Centre itself. Yeah. So that's actually according to Urbis reports. Yeah. So all the new 2-bed apartments in Macquarie Park will be able to achieve a premium of 39% rental returns as compared to the older apartments. So basically, once right now we understand that there's a few competitors that are going to settle their buildings in Macquarie Park itself. But by the time of Mac Residence, which is our first residential in Midtown's completed, our apartments, 2 beds, according to the Urbis report, will be able to achieve a 39% higher rental returns as compared to those that are older. Yeah. And then, secondly, we are actually one of the most affordable residential among the among the competitors itself. As you can see, our 2-bedroom pricing is actually approximate 910,000, whereas the competitors, you are looking at least 950,000 to 1.1 million. Yep, and Midtown itself is at 910,000, which is very affordable at this point. Yeah. So this is actually the master plan of Midtown itself. Just give me a second. Yep. So as I mentioned earlier, this master plan itself is actually 8 hectares estate, and it's a JV master plan developments with the local Australian government to transform these 8 hectares of master plan developments. That's the reason why we're actually putting in some of the social housing, the affordable housing, and also some of the aged care facility in these master plan developments. Yeah. So on the left corner, as you can see, there's a Streamson Creek. So this is actually the natural creeks that are actually in place in Midtown already. And what we will do, we will actually make good on this part of the corner so that there's plenty of open space for the residents to enjoy and mingle around. So as you can see, there's a home ground in the center of the master plan element itself, and there's also a home center. This is where the actually pay per use facilities is located. So just to let you know that Mac Residence itself does not come with swimming pool, gym, or whatsoever, because according to our research itself, most of the residents actually are not using the facility in their apartments itself, in their complex itself. So what we do, we make it a public facility where you can actually pay per use when you need. So that will actually assist you in saving some of the strata levies fee in your apartments itself. Yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, this master plan itself will consist of accommodate up to 3,300 new residents upon the whole master plan completed. And the master plan will take you approximately 8 years from now to complete. Yeah. So this is actually the bird's eye view from the Midtown itself. So the one that's circled in red is the first residential that will be built in Midtown master plan development itself, called Mac Residence. Yeah. So Mac Residence, it's actually our first residence, as I mentioned earlier. So consists of 269 apartments over 24 levels, and we actually located in one of the highest point of the whole master plan elements itself. Yeah. So there's a childcare center at the ground level, which the resident can actually put their kids there while they head to works. Before they head to works, probably they will work in the HCBD or whatsoever. They can actually drop their kids at the childcare center at ground floor. And we have actually district views as well as city views, skyline in in Midtown Mac Residence itself. So anything above level 15, you'll have some slight view towards some city skylines or maybe some district view in the neighborhood area itself. So this building itself is actually built and is designed by Smart, the architect, and you have plenty of options to choose from. Like there's a home for everyone from studio to penthouse. Yep. So this is actually just a quick facts about the Mac Residence itself. 269 apartments, over 23 level, because the top level is actually a penthouse, which I guess, I believe Jeff and Henry will share with you more about the floor plan later. So the estimated construction commencement date for Mac Residence itself will commence in early next year, which is Q1 of 2021. And estimated settlements, you are looking around second half of 2022. Yeah. So these are some of the artist impressions that we are actually taking in place. So this is actually the open space along the Streamson Creeks in Midtown itself. So just to share with you more about what we do, Frasers Property, our artist impression usually will look exactly as the end product itself. So basically, at least 95% will be similarity. So this is what you can expect in future in this master plan developments. The open space, there's also a Midtown night market that will be putting in the central ground itself. So if you have been to our Central Park in Chippendale itself, you will notice there's actually an East Street. We are putting the East Street in Midtown itself, but of course a slightly smaller type because due to the size constraint, there will be only a few retail outlets in this master plan elements. Yeah. So this is actually the main streets that we are looking at. So on our left corner, that's where the East Streets were located. The restaurant, the cafe will be located on the left. And the right corner is where the school is located. As you can see, there's a basketball court over there. In middle itself, that's where Mac Residence, the first building, will be located. Yep. So next on, I'll be passing back the screen to Henry and also Jeff to share with you more about the floor plan of Mac Residence itself. Henry and Jeff, over to you.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, thank you very much, Wai Kin. So as we can see that this is a very interesting master plan project by Fraser. So it consists of a lot of options for our investor. So we have actually picked up a few star buy unit, consists of from 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom to 3 bedroom. And this is the first one I will be introducing to you guys, which is the 1 bed and 1 bath unit. So you can see that actually this starting price for 1 bedroom, proper 1 bedroom unit is actually from 615,000 onwards. So estimating outgoing, which is like the main maintenance fee, body corporate strata, which is about 780 Australian dollar to 1,000 per quarter. Yeah. So per annum will be about maybe close to 2,000 Australian dollar for a 1 bedroom unit. And council and water rate together will be about 2,000 per annum as well. So as you can see, this unit is actually unit type 05. So it's from level 3 to level 15. Proper 1 bed, 1 bathroom unit with a proper living room, kitchen, and also a bedroom and bathroom as well. So the total size of the unit is actually 57 square meter. So it's about 600 plus square feet. So you can see it has a proper sunlight to all the area like living and also the bedroom as well. So you can see there's an island bench here also in the kitchen and also from away from your living area. Yeah. So this is one of the best unit entry level for a 1 bed unit for investment. So as you can hear from Wai Kin just now, actually you have a lot of different tenant pool in this Midtown development. So this is one of the best option for 1 bedroom unit. And also next, this is also facing, okay, you can see from the floor plate here, this is actually facing east. So the balcony, the living area is actually facing east. So you will get the morning sunlight in this direction. And also the next one will be a two bedroom. It's also a starting entry level for a 2 bedroom unit. So this is a 2 bed, 1 bath unit. So it's actually from its lowest price from comparing to the competitor in around this area. As you can see just now, the medium pricing for a 2 bedroom unit in Midtown is actually 910,000. So this is much more value than the medium prices for a 2 bedroom unit. You can see here is from 820,000 onwards. And the total size for this unit is actually 80 square meter. So you can see here is a proper plan out for the 2 bedroom unit. You can see the bedroom 1 and bedroom 2 is separated in between the living area. So you have all the privacy in this unit. And also there's a kitchen bench as well in this unit as well. So body corporate also, you can see strata here also is about 3,000 per annum for 2 bedroom unit. And also the council and water rates outgoing is also around 2,000 to 2,500 per annum for a 2 bedroom unit. And next one will be a 2 bedroom and 2 bathroom unit. So I think I will pass to Henry to introduce this one.
All right, thanks, Jeff. All right, so continue from where Jeff left off. From a 2 bed, 1 bath. This is a 2 bed, 2 bath. It's a much bigger unit, which is an internal size of 75 square meters. With the good size balcony of 11 square, that makes a total of 86 square meters. So This is under the stack 10, and the facing is actually south, west, facing west. So this is starting price of 855,000. All right. Similarly, looking at the outgoings, is really quite manageable, between 3,000 to 4,000 per year. Right. So as you can see, it's really showing a lot of good spaces where the Australians actually like, more spaces, around the apartment units. You come in the doorway, you have your open concept kitchen with the island. Right, you have a good area for the dining, for the living, for the activities that the tenants or the family have with their members. And then, as you can see, the 2 bedrooms is actually on the right hand side. That is all accessible onto the balcony, so letting a lot of natural lights into their homes and into their units as well. All right, so this unit also features the bathtub with a common bath, just very close to the bedroom, and then of course not forgetting the ensuite bath onto the master bedroom as well. Right, moving on, I'd like to also showcase actually the 2 penthouses that we have. All right, so this is again facing on the west side, and on level 22 is a duplex penthouse. As you can see from the image, it is very luxurious, very spacious. All right, even having that sexy curvature, windows. And in fact, at this point, you can actually have the enjoyment of the best of 2 worlds. You're actually not just facing the west, it's also southwards. It has a very, very big outdoor terrace, which the local residents also love it. They really like to dine, putting a dining table outside, letting their kids run wild in the open terrace, having a quiet time outside, sipping their wine. All right. So as you can see, typically on the lower level, you have the entry into the bedroom. This is a 2-bed, 3-bath configuration. So typically the bedrooms are on the lower level, and then as you go up the staircase, you have the entertainment area for the kitchen, for the dining, and for the living as well. So this is priced at 1.465 million. All right, and internal size, the good size of over 1,000 square feet is 113 square meters. Our balcony is 70 square meters. There's also, of course, part of the planter to really enjoy the greenery. But if you notice the other image that Waikin earlier shown, I can even catch probably a glimpse of the CBD, of the skyline. All right. So the total area for this apartment is 191. So next on to the second penthouse, which is facing to the east. All right. This is actually a 3-bedroom, not just a 2-bedroom. It's the price is starting from almost close to 2 million. It's the last unit that we're going to have available. So the internal size is 131 square meters. The balcony is a good 111 square meters, as big as the apartment itself. But I can tell you, the local residents, the Australian, love the outdoor terrace. All right. Similarly, typically the doorway on the lower level, it leads to the first 2 bedrooms, and itself also has a balcony on the lower level. As you go up the staircase onto the upper floor, it has another bedroom, the 3rd bedroom. All right, with a good dining, and in the living and the kitchen is all on the upper level. So again, the outgoings, typically this one will be much more on the higher end. So we are expecting an outgoings of about $5,000 and above. Right. So, Waikin, you have anything to add on to all these 4 plans?
Yeah. So just to share with you about the the price range for the penthouse itself. As you can see, it's actually fractionally below 2 million. And if you compare to the CBD price range, although this is like approximate 15 kilometers away, but a 2-bedroom in CBD itself has really cost you more than 2 million. So basically, these 3 beds, 3 bath with car parks, and also a penthouse, double story, is only costing you fractionally below 2 million. So this is actually very value for money. And just to add on the view itself, so on the east-south view, you actually have a clear glimpse towards the North Sydney and also the Chatswood area. And also, of course, as you can see from curvatures, as what Henry mentioned earlier, on the balcony itself is actually a 360 view. So basically, you also can have a glimpse towards the Sydney CBD skyline as well, because you are at the tallest, as tallest in the building and the master plan elements itself. So that's probably unblocked view for you in future. Yeah.
Okay, that also reminds me to bring the first good news to our attendees, to our potential investors, that this development actually have gotten their pre-approval FRB exemption certificate, meaning for the smaller units that Jeff introduced, properties that is valued up to 1 million, there is the federal FRB application fee of 5,800. It will be waived. That means the purchaser did not pay for it. All right, but for properties, for units that is above 1 million and above, the FRB application fee is as much as 11,600. So that is also will be waived, because the Fraser developer has actually gotten a blanket FRB approval. So this is the first savings for the investors. So later on, we will bring you more good news. So I'll let Wai-Kin continue. We have a bit more to share. Yep. So please stay with us.
Sure. Thanks, Henry. Yep. So what I will be sharing here is actually the finishes and also inclusion for this Mac residence itself. So as you can see, it's, as I mentioned, it is actually designed by BaitSmart itself. So there's actually 3 color schemes for you to choose for your unit itself. So summer, springs, and also winter. And those inclusion is actually all European appliances, and it's actually ducted air conditioner and heatings. So basically everything that you require, it's already included in the unit itself, except those loose furniture. So basically all the fixed is there. Only the loose furniture like your beds, your sofa, your dining tables, and etc. You have to put it in yourself. But the rest we have already gotten covered. Yep. So the color scheme is actually inspired by the season itself. So this is actually the light scheme called the summer scheme. Yep. So then you have this winter scheme, which is the dark scheme. Yeah, and this is actually the spring season's color scheme, which is actually in greenish color. And actually, I just spoke to one of my interior design friends in Singapore itself. They actually told me that this color is actually the heatest color in 2020 itself. So most of their clients that they are doing the interior design renovation this year is actually has opted for this color. So this is actually the trending color that you are talking about in 2020. Yeah. And just now I did mention about the rental target markets and etc. So right now, just to recap a bit, studies shown that all the new 2-bedrooms will be able to achieve a premium of 39% more rental returns than the neighboring apartments. Yep, this is all according to the Abyss market report. So according to Abyss report itself, Macquarie Park medium weekly rents, you are looking at around 5.3% per annum. Yep, at this point. So the vacancy rates between 1 to 3% over the last 15 years. But of course, this year, due to the pandemic, a lot of the expatriates and also foreign students has returned to their home country. And we're actually expecting that to be back to the normal rates in the next couple of months. So when they actually start to come back and etc., then this vacancy rate will be recovered back to the normal itself. Yeah. So capital growth in Macquarie Park itself has been steady towards the 10 years. In the last 10 years, you are looking around 6.2% per annum. And and also the rental appraiser, we have actually asked our own property management. Richard Kemp is actually based in Sydney itself, has also come up with a rental appraiser for this Macquarie Park itself. So 1-bedroom studio itself without car park, you're looking at around 400 per week to 420 per week. So 1 bed with without car parks, you're looking at around 450, 470, and with car parks, you're looking around 480 onwards to 500. Yeah. So 2-bedroom, you're looking around 600 to 650, and 3 bedrooms around 800 over onwards per week itself. Yeah. So these are actually some of the recent transacted price in the resale market. So I've actually extracted this from the realestate.com.au. So as you can see, a 1 bed, 1 bath with 1 car park in Macquarie Park itself has been transacted on 1st June itself, which is during the pandemic season, at 708,000. So this is the 1 bed, 1 bath transacted price. Ours is still below 700,000, as you can see from what Jeff has shared with you earlier. Yep. Then there's also another one transacted at the same month itself. You're looking around 720,000. Yep. All these are actually transacted this year. Yes, you can see sold on 16 June 2020. Then let's go to the 2-bedroom pricing. You're looking at around 824,000, and all these also sold early. This year itself is from domain.com, and 903,000 for a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1 car park. Yep. So all these are actually the transacted price this year. And last but not least, I would like to play our last video to show you what we have in our sales gallery itself. We call it a state-of-art sales gallery. So that would be, just give me a second. Yep. So I'll be back after this.
Hi, welcome to Midtown MacPark. Let me show you around. The Frasers Property Australia is building this section over here all the way down. In terms of our colour schemes, you can choose between 3 different colour schemes, which is summer, spring and winter. Welcome to the immersion room. Explore the master plan, floor plans and view lines that we have on offer. Alexa, I'm home.
Welcome to Midtown at MacPark. We hope you enjoy your smart home experience.
Yep, so that's the last video of the day. Yep, so that's probably end of my presentation. So so this is actually this part of the team behind who designed, and the architects and also the designer who designed the Macquarie Park itself, Midtown itself. So that's my short disclaimer notes. Yep, and that probably end of my presentation. I will hand it back the screen to both Henry and Jeff. Over to you. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Aikin. All right, we'd like to move on to the last segment, which is definitely our Q&A session. Now, over here, I think I've gotten the first question. Okay, probably this attendee actually missed it, as in the development Midtown. When is it starting construction and when is the estimation completion? It was, I think I can take this question and I can take the more difficult questions. No. Right, the starting of the construction is actually early next year, 2021. And the estimated completion is actually mid of 2022. Is that right, Viking?
Yep. So second half of 2022 will be the completion. Yep, you're right. So the construction commences early next year. So that's why we have actually a search of the first home owner actually flocking in this month because of the first home. The home building grants. That will be changed on 1st January itself. So these few weeks we have been so busy with our exchange contracts and etc. Yep. So yep.
Okay, I have another question here is asking. I think this customer actually understood that Frasers actually had a merger with or bought over Australia.
Yep, correct. Right?
So I think his question is whether if he had purchased the property from Australia before.
Yep.
Would he still be entitled or participate in the loyalty program?
Yes. So basically, yep. So basically, what they need is just to let us know which elements they purchased and their unit number. We can actually trace back from our CRM, and if the info is there, then yes, he can actually enjoy the prosperity benefits. Yep. So if he has not received any email from Frasers Property with regards to the prosperity, information, please drop me an email. I will actually get our prosperity team to get in touch with this client itself. Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, let me have a quick last look. Okay, this client is asking about the FRB savings of 1 million. Okay, maybe allow me to say this again. I did mention that during the showcase of the 4 plans, Jeff actually introduced some of the smaller units that is below 1 million. Now in Australia, there is this FRB. If you are a foreigner that buying into Australian properties, you need to have FRB approval. And it's not free. Previously it was free many years ago, but then the federal actually start charging this, collecting this application fee. And right now, currently, the property's value or the property purchase price up to 1 million, the FRB application fee is 5,800. For property that's above 1 million, the fees goes up, the application fee goes up to 11,600. And with that, right, the first incentive that the Frasers giving out for this development is they have gotten a blanket exemption certificate for all foreign purchases. So in other words, you actually save on that 5,008 application fee, or you save on the 11,600, depending on which which unit you buy. All right, I hope that clears up the question. And we have just one question just came in. If I'm not a PR, can I still purchase? Definitely. Like we mentioned that foreigners can buy into Australian properties. So, yes, the answer is you can.
Yep. So just to add it on, so foreigner can only purchase a new dwellings in Australia, and you can't actually purchase any second-hand properties like resale units. You can't. So yes, foreigner can buy, but not the secondary markets. You can only buy from new dwellings direct from the developer itself. Yeah.
Okay, Jeff, is there any questions coming from the Malaysian end?
I think just to add on the incentive as well, because you have mentioned the FRBP up to 11,600. So other than that, actually for this webinar, because this is the first time we are launching this Midtown master plan project to our Asian country. So I think during this short time, developer Fraser is actually willing to give out a rental guarantee for 12 months at 5%. So maybe this will last long. So I think it's a good opportunity to grab it now rather than later. Yeah. So as I know, this is the first time we bring this project to overseas. So can I know from Waikin, how's the response when you did first launch in local?
Yeah, so basically, as I mentioned earlier, our prosperity event itself, we have actually quite a lot of sales has been taken off during the prosperity release. I think we have approximately 30 over lots just within a weekend itself for our VIP customer. Then upon that, from then until now, we have actually sold more than 100 over units. So right now, just now we have approximately 269 units in Mac Residence itself. And just now I just checked the stocks. We only left with 87 units right now. So basically, it's selling very fast. Yeah. And majority of the purchaser, I would say 60% minimum is actually the local buyers, and 40% would be a foreign purchaser. Yeah, yeah, or maybe 70-30. I don't have the actual ratio right now, but majority of them are the local buyer at this point.
Okay, I did a quick calculation. The number of units that is available now, 87. Over the total units, that is, we still have 30%. So,
30%. So,
yeah, please do not miss this opportunity. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, share with us right now, or you can go to the your sales consultant, let us know your questions or concerns. We can even send you, I know today's a webinar, there's a lot that we have covered, starting from, the location, the project information. All right, so definitely the purchasers would like to, have a closer look, second look, and consider this. But I also know that, it's coming to the end of the year. But please, we are still here, we are still available. So do make your inquiry. And with that, I still want to probably steal a bit of 2 minutes airtime. We need to address to our previous Sydney purchasers. I've been talking to a couple of them. All right, they are still having their Sydney properties that purchased from Jalin. I think back in 2012, 2014, it's been the past 8 years, 6 years. All right. If you like us, Jalin, to do a indicative appraisal for you, we can do that for you to let you have a better understanding of the current property market. We can even move into a discussion of whether if you want to offload your current property to buy another one, or even a better suggestion is to take an equity loan on your existing property and to buy your next property. So that actually is a form of expanding or even multiplying your property investment portfolio. All right. So with that, Joaquin, anything else to add for our attendees today?
No. If you are keen, please feel free to get in touch with Henry and also Jeff. So the unit will not last long, because I reckon by January itself we probably be able to sold off all these remaining units. So feel free to let us know if you have any more questions. So as what Henry mentioned, we will still be here, although we are on leave, but we can't travel. So let me know.
Okay, we have just one last probably two quick questions. This Mr. Anthony was asking, how many floors are there in the current apartment? I believe there's 24. But then there is a duplex. Of course, the penthouses on the duplex.
Correct.
And Joaquin, you might want to take this part on each floor. How many apartments units are there?
So it's about 10 to 12 units per level. 10 to 12 units per level. So it depends. The highest will be lesser lots. So the lower level will be approximate 10 to 11.
Because the higher level has a much bigger,
larger units.
Larger units, yes.
Correct.
Okay, so with that, I'd like to thank you, Jeff and Joaquin.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank all attendees that join us for this webinar. So feel free to contact us. You have our email address, marketing@jalinrealty.com. And with that, I'd like to say a great Merry Christmas, early Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year to all.
Merry Christmas, everyone, and Happy New Year.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Thank you.